What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Too Many Opinions podcast. This is Sarah.
This is Jeannie.
Oh my goodness. All right, Jeannie, before we get into it, what's your plans for this coming week?
You know when you have so much plans that you don't know what your plans are?
I know.
I don't know. I have a lot. I got a lot to do this weekend.
Holy shit.
This week.
This week coming up. Is work also really busy for you right now?
Work has been a nightmare.
Really?
A nightmare. It's just the case after. I get assigned to 5 cases every 2 weeks. I'm not even freaking finished going through one case before I have to have 5 more assigned. So right now I have like 30 cases assigned to me. Like,
that's stressful. That reminds me of when I was a litigation paralegal. That shit is tough. It's tough. Deadlines, reviewing all the materials, constantly
and I'm
reading.
the one that has to figure it out. It's not like I can be like, here, lawyer.
Here you go.
Figure out this is the case. I put it together. Figure it out. No, I'm basically the lawyer.
Yeah.
Because I gotta figure it out.
That's what the paralegals
I gotta solve it. Yeah.
That's literally what the paralegals are. You do all the footwork.
Yeah.
Literally come to them with the final package. They look it over like, yeah, stamp, fucking seal it.
And if I have to go to a location to investigate, I have to. If I have to interview people, I have to do that. So it's just a lot.
Wow. So that's even crazier. Okay.
Yeah, it's busy, but I have a job and I really do enjoy my job. So.
Well, amen to
I'm
that.
thankful.
So
what about you?
This week, I will be going to Canada, so very exciting.
Nice.
So that's going to be so much fun. It's like a family reunion. It's going to be all of us together. And we really haven't gotten together like that in a really good time. We're celebrating my aunt and my uncle's 50th wedding anniversary. 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. So don't tell me that it's not possible to find your person and be with them for that long. 50 years. And on top of that, while we're there, we're also going to be celebrating my cousin, their son, and his wife, my other cousin, their 25th wedding anniversary.
Damn.
So 25 and 50 years of marriage, 75 years of marriage altogether. Like, that's effing
I'd be thinking, like, how long? I asked my wife one other time, how long have we been together? It's been so damn long. I don't even know. 9 years. It'll be 9 years in September.
Holy shit. 9 years. You're almost at common law, though. 10 years.
I thought it was 7.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
7.
It might be. Oh, so you guys are already married. You guys are.
Technically, now I try to put him on my, because he tells me all the time, but we're married. Not really. I try to put him on my health insurance and.
They said no?
Mm-hmm. Even if it's common law, they said no.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So,
well, it doesn't matter. That time will come whenever it comes. Until then, whatever. What do you want to get into today, Jeannie?
So today I want to talk about, does that person really love you? Being loved in a dark place. So things change when things are not rainbows and butterflies. So talking about 25 and 50 year anniversaries, I'm sure that those people have loved each other through the bad and the good.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that like relationships are just going to be rainbows and butterflies. And when something gets sticky, it's like they stop loving you and things change. So that's what I want to get into today.
That is a very tough topic.
It is.
And it's like not a tough topic in the sense of like talking about it, but it's hard. That's a hard conversation to have, especially if you're the person going through that. Like, do you really love me? Is this just a tough time? But I feel like there's a difference between a tough time and being like treated poorly or verbally abused.
Please God.
You know what I mean? Like those are different. Like tough times, maybe you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, but you guys aren't down each other's throats, like verbally attacking each other, belittling each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's so many different ways to look at it, especially in like relationships, even friendships. I mean, geez, I'm sure you have, I mean, we're fucking in our 30s. You have friends where you probably haven't talked to them in a long time or may have had a disagreement for whatever. Have you rekindled though? Like, do you believe, you know what I mean? Like
I always try to rekindle friendships. I shouldn't, but I always do, like, because like, I feel like it's so crazy how you have 100 great memories, and because you had one bad, I mean, depending on what it is. Because if you're going to like have sex with my boyfriend,
no, that's
we're not going to
crazy.
rekindle shit. But
crazy.
Even though I have had a friend that did that to me, and we're not friends like, well, we hang out like we used to, but like I'll comment on her picture, she'll comment on mine.
Oh,
like,
wow. But deep down, you're like, damn, bitch, you fucked my man.
Yes, it'll never happen again. Like, I'll never trust you, like, ever again. But like, I still remember the good times. It's so I'm so mean and a mean person, but then I'm like the nicest person on earth. Like, I'm mean in the moment of the heat. Like, but then give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe an hour, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm over it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so that's tough.
Wow.
I don't think that there's anything anybody can do that will make me hate them for the rest of my life, where I'll be like, I'm never talking to you again.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly, I think it takes more to hate somebody than it does to love them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it takes more energy, not only out of us as people, but in general. Like, it's just exhausting to be mad. It's exhausting
It is
to be
so
angry.
exhausting to be mad.
And hate people. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have no hate. I don't care. And this is going to sound crazy, but honestly, you could have done me the most dirtiest in the whole book or did something completely out of pocket, and I don't have it in my heart to hate you, even though maybe everybody in the world is like, yo, you should fucking hate this
In
person.
the moment, I will, though.
Yeah. Not even, well.
In the moment, I will.
Say it. I may say that, like, oh, fuck, I hate this fucking person. But then in my heart, I really.
Yeah, same.
I don't.
I think, not that I hate them, I'll just be very angry in the moment. And then it'll probably take me some time. And then once I'm over it. But I also want to talk about, like, relationships where someone gets sick.
Oh,
I forgot what it was. A guy that, like, his wife got Alzheimer's and.
He left her.
No,
he stayed with her?
he got with someone else and moved to someone else inside the house with them, and they all lived together. Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait, no. Start over. Start the fuck over.
Yeah. So his wife got Alzheimer's, and it's been, years of she don't really remember. She needs care 24/7, and he decided to move on, but he doesn't want to, like, leave her. So he moved the new wife.
Nah, that's fucking wild.
To the
I
house.
literally have tears in my eyes. That's fucking wild. Okay.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
And, like, the here's a catch. The new woman takes care of her.
That's fucking crazy. You literally see the tears in my eyes, right? Mm-hmm. It's actually what you said is actually kind of triggering, because in high school, I was actually in junior high. My dad had colon cancer.
Oh, shoot.
And holy shit, I never talked about this, but watching my parents go through that as a young child was, I didn't expect to cry.
Take your time.
It was different. It was very different. It was, like, I remember my dad going in for surgery for them to remove the cancer. And I was in science class, and the school knew that I was waiting for the call. And it was like I was just anxiously waiting in class, and finally the phone rang. And I remember this, like, clear as day. The phone rang, and they're like, oh, you need to send Sarah De Silva to the office. Whatever. And I fucking was literally sprinting through the halls in junior high to get the call. Like, oh, did my dad make it out of surgery? Is he okay? Mm-hmm. Did everything go okay? And just watching how tough my mom was. Like, I was a mess. I was a little kid. I was in junior high. Yeah. And obviously, like, it's still triggering that I don't even talk about it. But my mom was so strong. I never saw her cry once in front of us. Not once did I see my mom break down and cry because of this. And I saw my dad go through this life-changing event that we didn't know if he was going to come out of it, if he was going to be in remission, or...
That's scary, because that's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Like, my dad had a whole colostomy bag, and where he, like, I don't know if you know what that is, but basically,
I know.
They're all of their
intestines is out and all
it's
that.
out, and they have to change the bag, and my mom stuck beside my dad and didn't ever treat him differently. And my dad, as a man, I can't even imagine how he felt, because, as the provider, he was always the provider for us, and never really showed weakness at all, because he wanted to be that man. And it was just a really hard time. So I didn't even think this topic was going to bring me there. But then you said that, and it was like...
imagining, like, your mom going off with someone else because your dad's going through a tough time.
Exactly.
Right.
It was like, wow, you know what I mean? And that shit just literally broke me down right here. And, I don't even cry like that. So it's crazy that it hit such a soft spot in me. But because I seen that.
And the truth is, a lot of people, if you do get sick, they're out.
Yeah.
No one can deal with that. For example, my boyfriend, I thank him so much. And my mom. First, my mom. Okay? Like, dealing with someone that has anxiety is not an easy
not
thing.
easy. No.
Because it's like you want to do so much, but you can't. Like, there's nothing that nobody can do for me besides
Wow.
God. That's gonna, like, but then on top of that, he has to deal with if I want to go to the hospital. He has to deal with me catching panic attacks on the highway. He has to deal with calming me down. And that can get exhausting.
Right.
I mean, there was a point that I was in the ER for, I want to say the second year, the first year I got diagnosed. I would eat a pizza and burn my tongue and Google.
No.
Oh my God. And it'll be
way.
like stroke. And I'll run. Mama, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. And she'll be like, here we go. And she'll try her hardest to like not make me seem like she's like bothering. Because
Right.
that's another thing. Like when you're an anxious person and having someone constantly there for you and you feel like a bother. You know what I'm saying?
Like a burden, like a burden.
Like you don't, that is probably it's one of the worst feeling like a burden, but you know you have to depend on someone. You know what I mean? So my mom was just that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I learned so much and I loved I mean, I've always been obsessed with my mom, but after
Me
that,
too.
I was super
Appreciative, right?
yes,
You
because
saw-
it takes what it takes to take care of someone with mental health issues is insane.
You saw what she was willing to do and the patience that she had with you.
And
she
all
didn't-
my friends was out. Nobody was just like, oh, I'll go to the hospital with you, Jenny. Like, I'll do this. No, people, it's all good in when it's fun and when everything's good. But when shit hits the fan and you don't have nobody,
Yeah.
or like when you see people loving you through like your dark times, that shit is like admirable.
And those are the things that you don't forget. You know what I mean? And I know firsthand, you know.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I've definitely seen it. Like, I would literally remember coming home on the train. You'd be like, oh, I'm not doing good, blah, blah. And I'd literally zoom right to your house as soon as I got in from New York. Like, oh, let's go to church. And I'd go to the Spanish Mass.
Oh, yep. Yep, she
Do-
did. She did do that a
right?
few times for me, yeah. But in
So-
the beginning, it was tough because, like, I've always been someone that's been surrounded by people all the time, friends. And I'm, again, figuring things out and making plans. And when I wasn't that and I noticed that no one was, like, there
Wow.
really but my mom, I was like, wow, like, that shit, which I should start thinking about those moments again, which is crazy. But,
It's not crazy because I feel like that would help you with what you're going
Yeah.
through right now with like feeling in our last episode, what we talk about, feeling like you're about to break because you're just going, giving to everybody. But then in that
Yes.
moment of need where you needed, I feel
Yeah.
like you should think about those times. Like who was
it's-
there?
Exactly, who was there. So I think when you find a person that loves you when you're in a dark place, you need to learn how to like appreciate them.
Appreciate them and love them through their dark times because trust me, they're going to go through their dark times too.
Exactly. And the way that you feel after you guys both come out of that dark time,
The love must be even
oh
stronger.
my God. I mean, me and my boyfriend have gone through shit that I'm definitely not going to say on camera.
Of course.
But like the way we both laugh about certain things, it's like, yo, like
We've come a long way,
we've
right?
come a long way.
That's
like,
so good though, rewarding.
yes. So like it's just crazy. So back to the Alzheimer's thing, like, yeah, he really moved in a whole new lady and
Nah, that's crazy. I think that's completely unacceptable. Did you happen to
but in a way I understand though, because let's say you have a husband and you guys like, because they're pretty young. She got early onset, so I think she was like in her 40s.
Oh my God.
What would you do if you're married to a man and he gets Alzheimer's at 40 and he completely does not remember you?
Well, I feel
Will
like
you wait till he dies?
no, I feel like that has to be spoken about before marriage. Like, I feel like if you guys are listening to this, if you guys have that, you guys need to have that conversation at the very beginning. If this was to happen and I was to get Alzheimer's, what do you expect out of me as your partner? Do you expect me to be there not only for you? Do you want me to only stay with you and love you? Do you want me to go and try to find love while supporting you? Like, what is it that you expect out of me? You need to have that conversation because those things randomly pop up. And I'm
What
sure
if they tell you, like, nah, you need to love me till I die, and you're
You
only
ha-
40?
you're only for that's the decision you have to make. Either you're gonna love them through the
But they
good,
won't
and
remember.
but God will.
I mean, yeah.
God's gonna remember. You know what I mean? So it's like that's tough. You know what I mean? It's like when you, especially if
It
you
is.
take those vows. You know what I mean? Whether you're a
I
Catholic,
don't. Yeah, I don't agree with what he's doing, but at least I feel like it's tough. I don't know, because at least the lady, like, she bathes her, she does her hair, she cooks for her.
and
and she
fucking
fucks her man.
husband, and she's fucking her husband. Yeah, thanks a lot. You're so sweet. Wipe my ass and then go fuck my husband. No, that sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Nah.
And, yeah, I mean, he's getting shit all over the internet. It's still there if you want to see it, but it's crazy. Yeah,
What about? Did
I
you
think
see?
she passed away. The lady.
Oh,
finally
God
passed away.
rest her soul. I'm so sorry. to that family. Did you see the woman who had cancer and her husband was like a narcissist? Yelling at her, screaming at
I did see that.
My God.
I did see that.
Guys, if you haven't seen this
that happens very often.
I could not believe. She's like, I have cancer. Please go take our daughter to school. He's like, no, get your lazy fucking ass up. She has cancer, bro. She just had chemo. Like, that was
disgusting.
That was unbelievable. I think
that is what you call fuck the AC, whatever. That is what you call
shut it off?
At this point. It's took us sound the same. That is what you call a disgusting human being, and hopefully you don't get cancer.
That's
because God has a nice way of repaying a few.
God
people.
never sleeps. That's literally my favorite saying. So like when people do things like wrong or say things like, yo, God never sleeps. And he's the ultimate karma that anyone could ever give. Like, I don't need to, trust me, I'm not going to go and get revenge. Yep. God's going to take care of you one way or another. You know what I mean? Everybody pays for the things that they do. Do you believe in reincarnation?
No.
So you don't, once you pass away, you think that's it for you? You don't think you come back?
No, I don't. Not at all. That's like
in another form?
Super against my religion.
Not in another form?
No.
Wow. That's interesting.
Not at all. I mean, I know that there's phenomenons and people talk about it, like she came back as this, or she came back and she repeated her whole life and she said that she was here before. Like, yeah, I've seen that, but I feel like if at least if you're a Christian and you read the Bible, you know that that's not true.
Right. No. Yeah. But I'm just asking if you believe
I don't. No,
you don't believe that at all. Not that you think it's.
I don't think that the person's lying. I just don't believe. I feel like there's other things.
Your religion doesn't allow you to accept that.
No.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, sorry, I was just thinking.
No, you could. That's fine.
Because I mean, I don't believe it, but I believe that God has a funny way of doing things. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, God is so big and so mighty that who knows?
Like, oh, okay.
Who knows if he decided that you were gonna come back as a roach? You know what I'm saying? But honestly, like, I like to. No, yeah, I don't. It's hard to believe that when something else says something else.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You know
fair
what
enough.
I mean? But if that's the case, if it is real,
crazy. Everybody better be. That's what I'm saying. Be a good person because you don't know what you're gonna come. If we come back, how you're gonna come back, who you're gonna come back.
Or if you die and go to hell.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
And it's like nonstop burning for all eternity.
Listen, I know you didn't probably see Lucifer on Netflix, right?
Absolutely not.
I really like that show. Really
I know
good.
Everybody says it's good, but no, I'm not. I'm all set. I'm not gonna think that Lucifer's I mean, he's handsome.
He is handsome, and he's walking around.
I mean, the Bible says it. The Bible says it. He's the most handsome angel, the most beautiful angel. So if the devil comes, he's not gonna come with the red horns and a little tail. Like,
nope, he's gonna be fine as fine can be. Temptation all over.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what are other times? So we've talked about sickness. We've talked about dark times. Like, when else is it like? Do you have any other experiences? Like, you have your personal experience. I have my experience with my dad, which I really cannot believe. I literally was shedding real tears. Like, they were coming out. I could not believe that. Like, they were just.
That happens.
That was
some
as real
topics
as real.
Really strike you, honestly. Being loved when you're in a dark place. Another situation. When you're going through it, when you have friends that come over and one of my friends was just telling me a story on how she was going through it. And her friend, she'll ask her, I guess her friend would just show up to her house, get out of bed, take a shower. I don't want to. You're going to have to. You know what I'm saying? Friends that, literally, say, can see right through you. Those are amazing friends to have.
They are so good. And you know what's tough, though, is that even when you're like that, sometimes that person's unwilling to receive it. Sometimes you can be that kick in the ass, and they take it the complete opposite instead of actually getting up. And now they're looking at you like, oh, I'm going through this tough time. I can't do that. Leave me alone or whatever. I just want to sulk in my misery or whatever. And it's damn, that's tough too. Because it's you want to be there and you do that. And
I feel like as long as you tried.
Absolutely.
You could say you tried. You know what I'm saying? Or tell yourself hey, I tried.
Absolutely.
Because there's friends that I'm sorry. I told you the same advice over and over again. We're not about to keep doing this. You're not about to keep wasting my time. And I love you, but this is me showing you that I also need to love me because you're driving me fucking crazy.
I know that's right.
I had a friend that would always tell me the same drama with the same guy over and over, and I would say the same thing. What are we doing here?
I know. 6 months too long, right? That's what we said.
6 months. Years.
That's what we said in our last episode. 6 months too
I shouldn't have to keep telling you after 6, not even.
Right.
6 months. think it's a good
But
cutoff
still,
time.
but still, like, goddamn, it's crazy. So you've experienced, I feel like I've experienced that, definitely with friends too. Like, you've seen me go through my dark period firsthand.
Oh, yeah.
Last year. That last year was probably one of...
That was pretty dark. It was dark for me the first half of the year.
Yeah, it was.
It was dark.
It was a very, I would say probably Christmas-ish 2021 through, I don't know, maybe January of this year.
Yeah.
It was really dark and it was hard. And
Do you think you'll ever talk about that?
I think so. I think
When
so.
the time is right.
When the iron's hot. No.
The iron's hot. You know when it's actually when it's a little cooler. So you could be a little nicer.
Yeah, right? Like, what the heck? Holy cow. So,
I feel like your story will help a lot of people that are going through, because every single day people are going through that kind of specific tough times.
Yeah. So we will get into that definitely soon, and Jeannie's gonna be here. I'll probably cry again.
It'll probably like an interview, kind of like how
Probably.
yeah, because I never been through that, but
It was a lot. It
That
was
was
definitely
crazy.
a lot. Yeah, I saw who was really there for me, though. You know what I mean? Like, I just remember going to your house, and Jeannie would literally look me in the eyes every time and be like, girl, I don't care if we talk about the same thing. And she'd let me, and listen, we're here saying 6 months too long, but she never made me feel like it was a burden. Never made me.
But you know what? There's a difference though, because there was like, you were going through your shit, but you were making changes. You were making things happen for you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people that complain and complain and complain and don't do nothing about it, but just complain, because that's the thing. Like, you can tell me the same story a million times, but if I see you trying, one day you're trying, or maybe the next day it's like, fuck, I'm not gonna do it this way no more. But it's like you're trying so much scenarios to make something work or not work. Then great, I will listen to you for 7 years.
And you did. You never once made me feel.
Right, but then if like, for example, this girl be like, I bought him food, and he ate it, and he never talked to me for a week. I went to his house. He called me when he was hungry again, and we had sex. I
Oh,
brought
hell
him
no.
food.
Oh, hell no.
Next week comes, he didn't talk to me again for a week. I brought him food, and we had sex. It's like,
Oh, no.
what do you do? Like, you're not gonna change?
You're the meal plan? You're Hello Fresh?
Like, are you? You know
You're
what I'm saying?
Grubhub,
It's things
bitch.
like that. That's very different. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When you're literally not doing, you're doing the same thing every week, and you're asking me for advice. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm saying? It's very different than when you're like battling something, trying to make things work, or trying something to like try to make it unwork or something. But this person was just
Out of pocket, right?
doing the same thing every day, like copy and paste every week, and I would copy and paste every week, and it's like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, all right, so it's like, all right, let's wrap it up here. We're not doing this again. We
Exactly.
are not doing this again.
So it's a complete different scenario. Like,
Wow.
crazy. But yeah,
That experience.
that's gonna be interesting.
That's going to be an episode in and of itself. Do you ever feel like there was a person who let you down when you were like in that dark place?
Hell yeah, all my friends,
Wow.
all my friends,
Like all the friends that you have right now?
Oh no! This is when I first
that time.
At the time, yeah. All my friends, like, it was just like, oh yeah, and then they would come back to me because like now they were going through it, the same thing as me.
Wow.
So because I went
Isn't
through
that
it,
isn't that interesting how life comes full circle? You're
Yeah.
judging, you're casting judgment. That's not real. You're being dramatic. That's not even a real thing. Blah, blah, blah. Now look, now they're coming back to you saying what?
and they say, oh my God, I'm going through this just like you. Now I understand you. And then what do? Try to give them tips. It's like, I could have just let you go your whole life and figuring it out, because that's the thing. I got diagnosed with anxiety, but I never just sat there and said, all right, this is my life. I'm constantly Googling supplements and exercises and things that I can do to help myself. People don't usually help themselves. That's going to be another great topic, which I'm going to write down. Like, help yourself.
Absolutely. That's an amazing topic.
You need to learn, and I don't want to get into it too much because that's going to be within itself, but people don't want to be independent. People want to be victims, and I'm not a victim.
That victim mindset is absolutely crazy. I just saw a video on TikTok earlier today, and it was like there's the warrior mindset and the victim mindset. So I cannot wait to get into that topic. That's going to be so good. And I can't agree more that people, put that right on the topics list. I cannot agree more that people do not want to help themselves. They rather pity themselves and sit there and sulk in their misery than go out and try to find a solution to make their lives better. And that, I think, is going to be our next topic for next week.
Warrior mindset versus what?
Victim mindset.
Victim. Yeah, I'm not. That's one thing about me. Even when someone in my family dies, I push the 70-year-old to the floor. That's
Genie.
so out of pocket.
Genie.
And I didn't know that I did until somebody actually told me that I did. But I am, if there's one thing about me, I am not a victim, bro. If even when someone passes away in my family and someone goes, I'm so sorry for, and they come to hug me, I get so pissed. I do not like that. I don't like feeling like,
Jeannie doesn't like feeling sympathy
no.
from anybody.
I
no
will
matter
give it
what
all day long.
No
but
matter what the circumstances.
I don't like sympathy from people. I don't like it. I feel so extremely uncomfortable. I don't even like when people hug me.
You know what's crazy is that I know you don't like sympathy, and sometimes it makes me feel like I'm not being there for you enough because I can't, like, hug you and, like...
I think it's because the way you show love. That's
right,
why.
you know what I mean? So I feel like it's not... Like, I feel like I'm not doing enough because how I want to be able to be there for you is not what you
It's not the way that I like. No.
So it's like I just got to sit back and give you a few words of, like...
I think the way that I like when it comes to sympathy is when I just know that the person understands me.
Yeah.
When I feel understood, like I see you, I understand you, that to me is worth 10 million hugs.
You see?
Because I'm understood. That's all I need. I don't need your hug because your hug is not going to solve my problem right now. It's going to make me angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to feel like, yo, this girl's always giving. I understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I need. I don't need anything else. I don't need for someone to come bring me soup when I'm sick because I'm very self-sufficient.
Yeah,
it's nice. And if you're going to do it, just do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good
like,
gesture.
I'm not going to be like, do you want me to come and bring you soup? No, like, come to my house and cook me a soup. Like that I said it time and time again. When I come home and let's say my boyfriend has had a day off and I come home and the whole house is clean, like, that is you. I'd rather you do that than telling me that you physically love me. I don't care about your words. I still gotta make the bed.
Yeah. Facts. No.
You know what I'm saying? So like that to me is, so then I don't need your hug.
Yeah.
I need understand me. That's all I need.
Wow.
And I'll be the happiest person.
That's good. So guys, moral of the story is learn how your people and everybody like to be loved and how they like to be cared for, and like when they go through things, like how to be there for them and not assume that your way of wanting to be there for them is the right way. And also know that if you're going to be in a relationship with a friend or a partner, and it needs to be through the good times and the bad, health, sickness and health and all that.
And show up for people, honestly. Like, it's just not the good times, guys, because the older you get, the more hard times are going to come.
Absolutely.
Because my bones are 32 years old.
Girl,
I started thinking about that, like, oh my God, my arm is 32 years old.
Yeah.
My bones, my skin.
My toes are 32.
They're 32 years old. So things start fucking up.
Wow.
And things start breaking and then it's like, and you're all going to go, don't think for a second that you're not going to go through something because you're going to need people.
Right.
You know? So cherish your loved ones, and if someone's there for you in dark times, yo, make sure you're there for them.
Absolutely. 100%.
As well.
This has been such another good episode, such a vulnerable episode,
Yeah.
something that, again, we didn't expect to happen, but, you know, this is the real us and who we are and the things that we've been through. So hopefully you guys are seeing a different side of us. But until next time,
Bye. Guys.